Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, a little different video. We're going to talk about making your own baits. Really fun, really awesome, and it is pretty cost effective once you get your initial startup done. So first, I want to take a look at a few of the items you'll need. Now, it can be kind of an expensive little expenditure to get started, but once you get them done, you can buy the molds that you particularly use a lot and then go from there. But also, we should take a look. You know what that is? That's right, that's bait pop. We'll be doing a video on that tomorrow. You'll have a video on that tomorrow, and you're gonna love it. I've got several tubes here, a lot of testing going on with those. But let's get started. Let's take a look at some of the items you'll need, and therefore, we'll show you what you need, and then we're actually going to do some baits. So let's go. All right, first thing you need, and this is a must, is a Pyrex glass jar. You'll need a cup of cold water. Now that is a personal thing. You don't have to have that, but you do. It does help the baits cure a little bit more. I get myself a piece of cardboard to put my molds on when I pour. That's just kind of a little habit thing. One of the things that I suggest you get is this right here. This is a digital thermometer. I use it to stir. They're not that expensive when you're stirring, and because 350 is the key to making all this work. If you want to put some glitter, you'll need to have the right kind of glitter. Regular glitter doesn't work. This is high temperature glitter that goes into them. You can make your own using plastisol. It's a clear liquid. You can see it shaking in there. It comes out looking like milk, but when you heat it to 350 degrees, the chemical reaction in it turns it to something that when it cools, it comes out crystal clear. And then you can pour the baits. Here's just some examples right here of some baits I pour in. This is a hand poured one that come out of this mold, and this injection mold from Do It. Ripper, which is very much like a Rage swimmer, Berkeley swimmer type deal, and theirs come out of there. Or lastly, you can take some baits that you don't use. These are like baby bass, like flukes. Don't use them a lot. They've been in my box a long time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the whole process, and I'm gonna show you exactly what you do. So hold on one second, let me get the camera set up and we'll go to the next. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, let me get some scissors here. Get Mama's good scissors. Oh yeah. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take some baits that we got out of a discount about being, you don't always have to use the plastisol. That's for making clear baits and really custom coloring. But if you have a color, say these flukes, which are like a ice type color, and I bought them in a discount bin for like $1. So we can take all of these baits and remelt them. Now the best way to do this is to clip it down like this. Now, by clipping it down, it makes it a little bit easier to melt, and I'll show you how it does when you melt it. All right, let's get all these melted back. We're gonna cut them all up and I'll show them to you. Really fun to do this. This is something you can do on a rainy day that it's cold or nasty, or you just don't want to go fishing. It gives you something else to do. So it's great. So we got them all cut up now. Let's take a look and see they're all up in here. Now, what you do now is you take this and you put it in the microwave for about, on my particular microwave, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And what I have figured, and I'm in my pantry right here, I'm gonna put that in there. Time cook, 211 will be just fine too. All right, now while we're waiting on it to heat up, I'm gonna talk about what we need to do here. What I have found is best to heat it just past 350, really stir it up till it's about 375. Because when it starts to hit 350, it starts to cure very, very quickly. And if you don't inject it quickly, you won't be able to fill all the cavities. And it's okay not to fill all the cavities, because you just pull that out, throw it back in the Pyrex jar, reheat it. Nothing's the problem. But it's already ready, so we're going to take it out of the microwave, and I'm just going to put the camera down, and we'll step to the next step. You don't have to see me get it out of the microwave. All righty. So now we've got it heated up, and I'm telling you, it is hot. You have to be extremely, extremely careful while you're stirring this. This is no joke. I mean, this stuff will burn you. It's 350. Let me tell you what it is right now. I'm stirring it with my little thing here as I'm stirring it up. What you're doing by stirring too, you don't try to whip, just nice, even stirs, and you're trying to get the bubbles to come out. Like right now, it's at about 360 degrees. Looks wonderful. 370, perfect. So what we've done is, and I will show you this, I've clamped. You have to put a clamp. You can see that clamp, like an Irwin style clamp. You need to clamp it as tight as possible. You do not want it to leak out, because that's where you can get voids in your stuff. But here's how I do it. I'm stirring it up, and it's 367 degrees, so the temperature's starting to drop. We're going to take our injector, and what we'll do is we'll inject this into this mold, and then we'll pour it into the mold what's left too. So we got to do this very quickly. We pull it up, we're sucking in, and I'm gonna get a little squirt to blow a little air out, and this happens fast. You're down until it hits hard, and then down some more, and we're pushing. All right, it's hard. And this one may not have done it. I don't know. The very last one may not have made it. I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. But then you take what's left, and we pour it. And let me move that over where you can see it. We're going to pour it into the hand pour mold. So we're making two different styles at the same time. And we're just really taking our time here, pouring it as fast as we can, but trying to stay perfectly within the mold. And there we go. We'll move that out of the way. Let me take this, and we'll turn the camera on, turn it over. You can see how quickly this is, I mean, it's cool to the touch. And this is the hand pour mold. This is more like a Scottsboro minnow. These are more like a Rage type minnow. We'll zoom back just a little bit. And what we do is we're letting them cool, and you'll see it to start to suck it in there. Now, I'm pretty sure this one didn't do well because it started to get hard very quickly. But this one right here, and I want you to watch it, you can see the shake in it. That means it's not quite cool enough. But this one is probably ready because it's a cold mold. It's probably ready. We can actually open it up. And I'm going to try to open it up. I'm going to try to set this down. And I'm going to try my best to let you see this. This is really fun. I mean, here's what you do. You take all this excess that's on top up here, that's on the cardboard, you just throw it back in there. And this, you know, you can reuse it over and over and over. Yep, see what happened was it cooled so fast that this one didn't pour at all. But these two did. So what we'll do is we'll pull these out. And I'm still learning and getting the hang of this. And what we'll do is we'll take it and you'll pull it off. I'm going to do it right here. It's going to kind of shake the camera. And there's the swim bait. I'm going to throw that in the water, let it cool off more. And then here's this one. I'm going to try to separate it from that. There's a beautiful, like a white ice. Throw it in there. And see, we got all this left. Throw it back in there. Now, like I said, it didn't pour on that side right. That's okay. You just throw it right back in there. But one thing is this mold. Here's what I do with this mold. I just take the whole mold and dump it down in the water. And it cools it very rapidly. And as it cools off very rapidly, then Now here's where the beauty of this comes out. So I'm going to put this camera down right here. This is not going to be the best camera work. I wish I had a camera person for this one, but my wife's at work, so I'm at home having a little fun, stinking the house up. All you do is you reach in there and you pull it, and it's going to come out. Now it's still very, very soft, but there you go. And then you'll take this little tag right here. That's to help pull it out. I mean, it's still warm. You'll take that, throw that back in there, and there it is right there. Beautiful swim bait. We'll take it over here, throw it in there, and that helps it cool rapidly. Now, what we've got here is a bunch that we didn't use. It's right in there. We're gonna go stick that right back in the microwave and then re-pour some more. All right, there you go. You've got a Scottsboro type minnow, and then you've got a Rage type minnow. This is a 3.75 inch. This is a 3 inch. I use these a lot on the mini A-rigs I throw around the trees. I use these a lot on the regular size A-rigs. Just a beautiful color. It's like a white ice. I got that from recycling some Zoom Flukes. Very similar to this, Zoom Flukes. This is a Sexy Shad one. But we took a white ice, recycle them, and make them into something that we're actually going to use instead of, you know, you can buy any bait. It doesn't have to be a fluke. You can buy hundreds and hundreds of baits that'll just, that you can repurpose into baits that you really, really like. I love it. So guys, I know the camera work wasn't the best. It was kind of hard to hold it by myself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a better video on this, but I wanted to show you some of the things that I do in my free time that's fun. I love fishing, period, and I love everything about it. I love making baits and things like that. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring the bell.